Greetings and welcome to Monster Legends, and another special feeding episode. This time we're going to be feeding a guy of light that we picked up in the recent War in Heaven event. This is Oghma, and unfortunately he is somewhat hampered not just by the helmet that is covering his eyes, but the fact that he has 2 lock ruin slots, which is quite unfortunate. Anyway, let's find a home for him. I suppose if you want to hang out with Arthas, okay. If that's what you want. Okay. I'm guessing that's a buff. Okay, so Oghma. Okay, where is he? Oh, he's scurrying around there on the floor there. Let's see. Where is Shamash? Yeah, I'm not really in a hurry to change that name, frankly. As I'm getting the impression, I don't know. We'll have to... Okay. You might want to lift that up a little bit there, dude, because I don't think you can see too well. Alright, so anyway, like I said, he's legendary, he is light, and he apparently is immune to instant death. It's the slow, torturous ones he's not immune to, right? Alright, and in terms of power and life, okay, so he seems to be fast, you know, and he's, like, not really very powerful. Life is middle of the road, pretty much, so nothing really special there. Let's take a look at some skills here. Alright, Oghma Sword, low physical damage. Oghma Light, low light damage. And, of course, what did we just see? The Unstoppable Force. Recovers 50% of life, 50% of stamina, and adds 50% life shield and double damage to all allies. Okay, very supporty. Very supporty. Well, life creatures have a tendency to be very supporty, very healy, very buffy. So, considering he is faster than he is powerful, I'm guessing he's going to lean very heavily on support as opposed to damage. But anyway, let's take a look. You have every right to be amazed at the sign of Oghma. We were wowed ourselves when he landed in Monster Legends. He's a godlike warrior capable of leading his team to victory single-handedly. Alright, well, we'll find out about that. First of all, he's not doing anything as level 1, but maybe level 4. So he's a toddler now, he's a teenager now. Okay, he's got a big sharp thing that glows on his left arm, dude. Alright, let's get the skills, because the skills are why we're all here, right? Level 7. Spiritual Intervention. Removes all negative effects and gives small shield to ally. Alright? Supporty, so he's going to be shielding too. Alright? Okay, so let's get to level 10. Blinding Cut. Deals moderate special damage, 50% chance of blinding target. Alright, some moderate attack, and it's got a chance to blind, which means we're not going to use it because it's only a 50% chance. But blinding is a good thing too, considering it evens the playing field there, right? Because he does seem to be blind. Alright, level 15. Dazing Shock. Deals moderate light damage, 50% chance of dazing target. Alright, I'll throw it in for that for now. It does more damage. Alright, let's continue to level 20. Revered Punishment. Deals low light damage to all enemies. Wait a minute, that's low? That looks like high. Okay, I'm guessing the thing is way off here. So I'm going to put that there until I get something better. That does not look like low unless the gauge is way off. I mean, even if it was half that, it would still be moderate. Alright, let's continue to level 25, and of course his final form. Holy Shield. Applies a shield that gives immunity against water, metal, magic, and nature attacks for 2 turns. That's... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so that's for the entire group. It says apply a shield, but it's for the entire group. That's not bad. You know, depending on who you're fighting. I mean, in certain wars, that could be really useful. So I'm going to put that in the last spot because there's every indication I'm going to keep that. See, that's good support right there. Alright, so there he is. You stoop down a little bit there. Your name is covering you up. Maybe land for a while? Okay, I didn't think so. Alright, let's go to level 30. Boom. Blessing Slice. Deals heavy special damage, becomes immune to possession, burn, and blindness. Okay, is that just him? I'm guessing it is. Okay, so it's a good, solid, heavy attack. So let me see. Yeah, take that one out because, again, it's a 50%. I'm not going to keep that. I mean, it's got a high cooldown, but it does good stuff. You know, immunity to possession, especially now. So, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Alright, let us continue to level 35. Consecration Slash. Deals heavy light damage, becomes immune to nightmares, poison, and freeze. Well, I'm not keeping that. I don't know if I can support 2 of these, but we're going to have to see. Starting to get interesting now. Are we going to do this, the slight variations of the same skill with different things? I mean, being immune to freeze is pretty nice. Nightmare is not so much. Poison could be good. Again, it all depends on who you're fighting, right? Alright, let's continue to level 40. I'd rather have something new. Divine Shield. Applies a shield that gives immunity for light, thunder, fire, and earth attacks. Okay. So it's a matter of which one do you want, frankly. The one on the left is light, thunder, fire, and earth. The one on the right is water, metal, magic, and nature. You can't keep both of them. I have to say that I would probably keep the one on the left. The reason I would do that is because, generally speaking, thunder, fire, and earth are going to hurt you more. That's just the way I'm thinking about it, is that those guys will hurt you. Look at the fire-based creatures are nearly completely damage. Thunder is also damage. Earth can have stunning stuff in there and things, but still, I mean, if you look on the other side, water in many cases is variations on denial. Metal, kind of too, well, metal is also damaging. I wouldn't mind substituting light and metal over there. Most of the damage you're going to get from nature is from poison. And most of the a lot of the problems you're going to get from water is the freeze. So I think what I would probably do is take the new one, Divine Shield, for the protection from thunder, fire, and earth. Because I can't take all 3. Now, he seems to be somebody you might want to plug in certain situations, maybe in wars or something, but not as a defense, somebody that you yourself would put in. Alright, let's continue and see what else comes up. No more of those, please. Holy Shield. We just saw that one and we said no. Alright, I want to upgrade for that first one, you know? Devoted Punishment. Moderate special damage to all enemies. Okay. I'll take the new one. Because it's special damage. The problem is, you know, first of all, it says moderate, and it's the same values and such, and in terms of like the cooldown and everything, but it is special damage, which means it's always going to do that damage, and nobody's going to be weak to it. Mind you, no one's going to get critted by it, but I would take special damage. Of course, this means he doesn't have any light attacks so far. Alright. I don't know, maybe he's done. No. Although there's a thought of maybe taking both of those. This one here, Blessing Slice, protects from possession, burn, blindness. This one, all his attacks do protection except for this one, you know. So I'm just gonna say no. And finally, level 60. No, thank you. All right, I'm just gonna take a quick look. Revered Punishment, Holy Shield, Spiritual Intervention. Okay, so we got everything here. What do I say? What do I say? Okay, so he's like 10,500 a life, which is not bad. It's not bad. It's a little above middle of the road. It's a little above middle of the road. His speed isn't bad for a light creature. In terms of ruins, you know, if I had all three open, I think I'd dedicate at least two of them to speed, because you probably want this guy going as soon as possible. If you were facing some really tough individuals, like if you saw a Voltec over there or something, then you might very well want the protection from thunder as soon as possible. So you go like over here and pick this one, and then immunity to thunder attacks. And that way he'll just burn himself out, except of course for his electrodynamic skills. So, but I mean, those are his low damage ones. Unless, of course, he kicks in the big one, his ultimate, in which case it's special damage, which means all bets are off. But, I mean, this guy seems to be somebody that you'd want acting quickly before the other side does, not for denial, but for protection. So it's kind of a different way of looking at it. And if the entire other team was made up of a single element, it could be devastating. Let's take another look at the skills. Okay, first we have this one. Devoted Punishment. Deals moderate special damage to all enemies, has a 2-round cooldown. There was another one. There was a light one. It said low damage, but the gauge was showing the exact same thing as we see here. This one actually states moderate damage. So even if they are the same, I'd rather have this one because it's special damage as opposed to light damage on the other one. Light damage can be a problem if you're facing, say, light creatures or something like that. Special damage, you know how much damage you're going to do. Very useful. All right, now we go over to the 2 single target attacks that do buffing. All right, this is Blessing Slice. Deals heavy special damage, becomes immune to possession, burn, and blindness. It just says immune. It doesn't say for the entire party. I don't know if it's for the entire party. It might be for the entire party. It might just be for him. I would have to test with that. And then we have this other one, Consecration Slash, and this deals heavy light damage, becomes immune to nightmares, poison, and freeze. Now here's what I don't understand. This one here says deals heavy special damage, and if you look at the icon, it's just the legendary attribute, so you know it's special. This one here says deals heavy light damage, yet it doesn't have the light icon. I find that a little strange, considering he is an older character. That's the kind of bug you probably should have caught by now. But this is the sole light attack that I kept. Anyway, this one, he becomes immune to nightmares, poison, and freeze. Well, obviously, if he's frozen, he's not using this skill. He will be immune to it for 3 turns, except for poison, which is only 2 turns. I don't know why they're changing that. You would think it would be a little easier just to make them all the same. Was this one the same? That one only has 2 for that one. Well, being immune to possession is probably the best one there anyway. So, and then we have the final one. Divine Shield. Applies a shield that gives immunity for light, thunder, fire, and earth attacks. Requires cooldown. Alright, and this is for the entire party. There were 2 of these. I chose this one because these elements, in my opinion, are the most dangerous. Fire, most fire creatures are damage dealers. Generally speaking, they are damage dealers, so being immune to fire, pretty good. Earth, a lot of earth creatures can be very, very troublesome, especially if they're minotaurs with multiple arms. And thunder, there's a couple of guys in there who really hurt you. Yep, there's a VIP, and then there's Voltec, and then there's a little fox. Yes, there is. So, being immune to those attacks for an entire round when they keep attacking over and over can be really, really good. But of course, these skills, this one here is for multiple allies, and these other ones, I don't know. I'm gonna have to test. This is a good one too. So he's good. He's good. It's just he seems to be situational. If you're going to use him in that respect, he's gonna have to go first. He's gonna have to go first. He's gonna have to go before whoever he's protecting your party from. I put 2 speed on him. If you want to put something else on, I wouldn't put damage on him because that's kind of a waste. He's not, even though his attacks do heavy damage or moderate damage. I mean, his power is lower, shall we say? So I mean, it increases it by a percentage. So it's not really worth it. you might want to put life on him so he can stay alive, or some kind of support. Maybe you put a group damage on him so he can support the other guys. Or maybe another speed if you really want him to go fast. But I don't see 3 speeds. 3 speeds or somebody for denial. I mean, protection, I suppose you can make that argument, but I guess it depends on how you're going to use him, right? So anyway, this is Oghma, otherwise known as Shamash. Probably give him that name too, because why not? You know, luck of the draw, dude. Just ask Nosy about that. So anyway, thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games, because games are fun. See ya!